Hey everybody, and welcome to the Sound of a Swish. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future deep dives. Today, we're going to be diving deep into some next level basketball wisdom.
Ooh, next level.
Yeah, not just like your basic drills, but the kind of stuff that separates good players from like truly great ones.
Right.
Imagine, like getting personalized advice from NBA legends.
Wow.
Well, that's what this deep dive is all about.
Awesome. I'm ready.
So you shared this incredible article with us from Men's Journal. It's packed with tips from Jason Kidd, Kobe Bryant, Cuttino Mobley, Leandro Barbosa, and Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, that's a lineup.
Right. Each player breaks down a different element of the game, and it's fascinating how their advice reflects their individual styles and strengths.
I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah, me too. So, for instance, Jason Kidd talks about how practicing baseball can actually improve your passing on the court.
Whoa.
Who knew that?
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. And we've also got Kobe's take on stamina, Cuttino's secrets to a killer jump shot, Leandro's speed drills, and Gilbert's insights on the mental game.
The mental game is so important.
Oh, absolutely. So to help us unpack all this wisdom, I've got our expert here ready to break it all down.
Glad to be here. I'm excited to dive into this article. It's like we have a direct line to the minds of some of basketball's greatest players.
I know, right? It's amazing. So let's start with Jason Kidd and his unique perspective on passing. He emphasizes that it's not just about throwing the ball, it's about anticipation and understanding your teammates' tendencies.
Right.
And get this, he actually recommends practicing baseball to improve that court vision.
Baseball. That's fascinating. I never would have thought of that. What's interesting to me is the connection Kidd makes between two seemingly different sports. Like think about a baseball shortstop.
Okay.
They have to anticipate where the ball will be hit, right?
Right.
And be ready to react in a split second.
Makes sense.
It's the same with a point guard in basketball. They need to read the defense, anticipate where their teammate will be open, and deliver that pass with pinpoint accuracy.
That's such a cool way to think about it. It's like training your brain to see those plays before they even happen.
Exactly. Kidd isn't just talking about physical skills, he's talking about cognitive training, about developing that mental agility that allows you to make those split-second decisions under pressure.
And this idea of anticipation, it goes beyond just basketball, right?
Absolutely. It's essential in so many areas of life. Think about driving correctly. You have to anticipate what other drivers might do. Or in business, you have to anticipate market trends and adjust your strategies accordingly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anticipation is key to success in any field.
So we've got this amazing tip from Jason Kidd. Use baseball to sharpen your passing skills. But now let's shift gears and talk about stamina. This article features Kobe Bryant, a legend known for his incredible work ethic.
Yes, and Kobe's advice is all about pushing your limits, especially when it comes to conditioning. He's known for saying, you can't gain conditioning without going through it. He pushed himself harder than almost anyone else. Like, do you know he used to run sprints uphill
I know,
in
right?
combat boots?
Wow, running uphill in combat boots? That's insane.
I know, but that level of dedication to training is what made him so unstoppable on the court.
It's clear that he understood the importance of building that endurance, that ability to keep performing at a high level, even when fatigue sets in.
And that consistency, that commitment to pushing through those tough workouts day after day, builds something we call muscle memory. It's not just about physical strength. It's about training your body to react instinctively, to perform those movements flawlessly, even when you're tired.
So it's about building that discipline, that mental toughness to stick to your training plan no matter what. That's a powerful lesson that applies to anything we do in life. Speaking of honing specific skills, let's move on to shooting.
Sounds good. This article features Cuttino Mobley and his breakdown of a perfect jump shot. He uses a really interesting analogy. He talks about picking an apple to describe the proper release and follow through.
Picking an apple.
Yeah, picking an apple.
Okay, I can see it. Can you break that down for us a bit more?
Sure. Imagine reaching up to pick an apple off a branch. You extend your arm fully, your fingers wrap around the apple, and then you pull it down smoothly.
Okay.
That's the same motion Mobley recommends for a jump shot. A fluid upward extension of the arm, a clean release at the peak of your jump, and a natural follow-through that mimics the downward motion of picking that apple.
It makes so much sense when you put it that way. It's not just about checking the ball. It's about creating a smooth, controlled movement that generates power and accuracy.
Exactly. Mobley stresses the importance of biomechanics, of understanding how your body moves and how those movements affect the ball's trajectory. He even breaks down the specific positioning of your fingers on the ball and how that impacts your spin and control.
It's amazing how these seemingly small adjustments can make such a big difference in your shooting consistency. It's all about those subtle details, just like in golf or any other sport that requires precision. Speaking of precision and speed, let's shift gears and talk about Leandro Barbosa, the Brazilian blur.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Barbosa was known for his incredible speed and agility on the court, and he attributes a lot of that to his childhood in Brazil, where he played soccer barefoot almost every day.
Wow, barefoot soccer. That's incredible.
May know.
How does that connect to his speed in basketball?
Well, playing barefoot strengthens your feet and ankles and develops a different kind of balance and coordination. You have to be more aware of your foot placement, and your muscles have to work harder to stabilize your movements.
So it's not just about running fast. It's about having that agility, that ability to change direction quickly and effortlessly. It's almost like a dancer's footwork.
Exactly. And this goes back to the idea of functional fitness, training your body in ways that directly translate to real-world performance. Barbosa's experience highlights how activities outside your main sport can actually enhance your abilities within that sport.
That's a great takeaway. It's about thinking outside the box when it comes to training, finding activities that challenge your body in new and unexpected ways. So we've got passing, stamina, shooting, and speed covered. Now let's dive into the mental game with Gilbert Arenas.
Arenas is known for his incredible confidence and clutch performances, and he emphasizes the importance of mental toughness. He even had this unique approach to practicing pressure situations. He would intentionally wait until the last shot in pickup games to take his shot.
Wow, talk about putting yourself in the hot seat. Why would he do that?
He believed that by constantly putting himself in those high-pressure situations, he was training his mind to stay calm and focused when the stakes were high. He was building that mental resilience that separates good players from great ones. It's about embracing those challenges, learning to thrive in those moments when everyone else is feeling the pressure.
So he's saying don't shy away from those challenges, like seek them out. Because it's in those moments of pressure that you really discover what you're made of.
Exactly. Arenas understood that the mental game is just as important as the physical game, and he actively trained his mind to handle pressure, to thrive in those moments that make other players crumble. It's like
Yeah.
ties into the broader concept of a growth mindset, the idea that you can constantly improve your abilities through hard work, dedication, and a willingness to embrace challenges.
Right.
Arenas wasn't afraid to fail. He saw failure as an opportunity to learn and grow.
That's a powerful lesson for all of us, whether we're on the court or in any other area of life. It's about having that confidence to push ourselves beyond our comfort zones, knowing that even if we don't succeed at first, we're still learning and getting better.
And that willingness to learn and adapt is what ultimately leads to mastery. Think about all the advice we've discussed today, from kids' focus on anticipation, to Kobe's relentless pursuit of stamina, Mobley's dedication to perfecting his jump shot, Barbosa's unconventional training methods, and Arenas' emphasis on mental toughness. Each player found their own path to excellence, their own unique approach that worked for them.
It's like they're giving us a glimpse into their own personal playbooks, sharing the secrets that help them reach the top of their game. And it's inspiring to see how diverse their approaches are, how there's no single formula for success.
Exactly. And that's a crucial takeaway for anyone looking to improve their basketball skills. There's no magic bullet. What matters is finding what works for you, what resonates with your strengths and your style of play.
It's about experimenting, trying different techniques, maybe even incorporating some of these unconventional approaches like kids' baseball drills or Barbosa's barefoot training. You never know what might unlock a new level of performance for you.
And it's about having that self-awareness to identify your weaknesses and then actively work on improving them. Maybe you need to work on your passing like Kid, or maybe you need to focus on building your stamina like Kobe. The key is to be honest with yourself about where you need to improve and then create a plan to address those areas.
It's about embracing the journey, the process of continuous improvement, and realizing that it's not always going to be easy. There will be setbacks along the way. But it's those challenges that make the journey so rewarding.
Absolutely. And remember, even these NBA legends faced challenges. They had moments of doubt, they made mistakes, but they didn't let those setbacks define them. They learned from their experiences, they kept pushing forward, and they never gave up on their dreams. And that's something we can all learn from.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the minds of basketball greats, what's one final thought-provoking question you'd like to leave our listeners with? Something to really get them thinking about how they can apply these insights to their own game.
Well, now that you've heard these tips from some of the best players to ever grace the court, what's one thing you're going to try differently? Maybe it's incorporating a new drill into your practice routine. Maybe it's adopting a new mental strategy for handling pressure. Or maybe it's simply committing to practicing more consistently. Whatever it is, make that commitment to yourself and see how it transforms your game.
That's such a powerful question. It's about taking action, about putting these insights into practice and seeing what happens. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference over time. And don't be afraid to experiment, to try new things, to step outside your comfort zone. You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself and your abilities. And hey, if you're willing to share, we'd love to hear about your experiences.
And that's the beauty of this game. There's always something new to learn, always room for improvement. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be sharing your own tips and inspiring the next generation of players.
That's what it's all about, paying it forward
Yeah.
and keeping that basketball love alive. Well, this has been an awesome deep dive.
It has been.
We've got Jason Kidd teaching us about anticipation through baseball, Kobe Bryant pushing us to our limits, Cuttino Mobley breaking down the perfect jump shot,
Uh-huh.
Leandro Barbosa showing us the power of barefoot training, and Gilbert Arenas reminding us that mental toughness is key.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic journey through the minds of some truly incredible athletes. And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that there's no one right way to approach the game.
Yeah.
It's about finding what works for you, embracing your individuality, and constantly striving to improve.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
A huge thanks to our expert for breaking down all this wisdom with us today.
It's been my pleasure.
And of course, a massive thank you to you, our listeners, for joining us on this deep dive into the world of basketball excellence. We hope you gleaned some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to step up your game. Remember to like and subscribe to Sound of a Swish for more deep dives into fascinating topics. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep that passion for the game burning bright.